There's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Hunter Renfrow, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. As the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. Now this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Charger drive about to get going. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And complete to Drake London. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. Touchdown, Chargers. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One down the numbers. There he goes. The 40. The 20. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there on the catch and run. 96 yards, everything but the end zone. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. it's Carr. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Sebastian Joseph Day. He's the one credited for the sack there, but certainly no credit given offensively. That play, well, that defies logic. On second and a long way to go. Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. That'll be a big loss on the play there. An absolute disaster, really. Carr now on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, they got him again. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. To throw is Garoppolo.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Open man, that's Renfro. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now in the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. On 2nd and 9, Carr.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Fulton. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a real...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. And
Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Carr's throw taken in by Samuel.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They run once more with Taylor.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
It's a room to maneuver. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They needed inches, but they got yards and plenty of them.
And that often happens when everyone's stacked near the line of scrimmage when, as you said, all you need are inches. So you bring people closer to it. If you pop it free as he did there, it's a lot of grass available for him to run on.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Raiders at 7-4 on the year. They coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. To throw, it's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go.
And this time he is in.
Jonathan Taylor, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Dancing to his left, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Curtis Samuel, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and go. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before the game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action. Now Mahomes
goes right back to Smith again.
The ball comes out. And the Raiders pick it up. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the 38, Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number It's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this up.
And I think the ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Taylor. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he is going to lose yardage here. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's
were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. They'll let Taylor try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes. Got a man, it's London. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes throw taken in by London. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. And again, it's Mahomes. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 and the 6. Mahomes going to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Mahomes will throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a one-score game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To the 43, second down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Carr to throw. He's going up top for Taylor. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Mahomes to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. And now we've got whistles. I think we had a defender too eager to go for the block. Mark off the 5 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, they'll learn that lesson when they review it, but it didn't cost them.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he loses the football a second time. And this defense has broken it open as they return to the house for 6. And that trip to the end zone, I think that's the dagger.
Handshakes all around.